Hello, everyone. If you enjoyed that fishbowl music, you will notice that we have another guest on the stream. We actually have two guests, and one of them is not in the picture right now. But this is, as you may remember, the totality of Ricky's band. But we have them on to play some TAQS today. Did I tell you guys what TAQS stands for?
No, I don't believe so.
It's Tale Adventure Quest Story.
Wow.
Yeah, I just wanted to cover all the bases, make sure I wasn't missing out on anything. But
Oh,
so I showed you guys the Excel sheet ahead of time just so you guys could get an idea of how this was gonna work. But I'm just gonna give a quick overview. We have classes up at the top that are scientist, engineer, mage, traveler, brute, siren, and then I left it open to requests if anybody wants to have more to that. I think there's some Excel glitching going on here, but we'll survive. Um, and then we have species, which is apparently Skuman right now because of the glitch that's happening on the screen. Elf, fairy, reptilian, and rock. And I left that open to requests as well. Hopefully, the Excel will work itself out with these weird glitches going on. But yeah, so I let you guys look over the Excel sheet, and you guys were saying that you had something in mind. So I guess just talk us through your thought process and what you guys are deciding to go for.
all right. Well, personally, I'm definitely going to have to go with rock.
The Rock. All right.
And other than that, I'm just going to try to make it as normal as possible. And I'm going to go with the engineer class just because I have to, out of obligation. Um,
Okay.
and my name's going to be Dan.
Dan. All
I,
right. Well, I'll get that in. Hold on. So we're gonna go Dan. Do you want a last name or do you want to just be Dan the Rock?
it's just not even the rock, just Dan.
Just Dan. Just Dan. Okay. And you said you were an engineer, so I'm gonna grab that guy and copy it and put it over here and paste. And then you said you're a rock, which gives you 19 extra defense, up to 29 defense. And then you are going to lose 9 agility, which brings you down to 0. 5 awareness, which brings you down to 5. And 5 magic, which keeps you at 0. So you actually have a total power level of 109 as opposed to 100 due to the fact that you can't go below 0. Um, but there are some questionable statistics like 0 agility. You probably have a little trouble moving there in the start, but we'll get there when
Goal,
we get there.
my goal is to never move,
Okay.
actually.
Okay.
Try to keep this true to real life, but
Just find a nice little spot to settle down and then
people can come to me.
live out your life. Yeah. Okay. So that's Dan's character. And then I guess walk us through your thought process, Osi.
All right. I think I'm gonna go with human for
Human.
my race or my species, and then I'm gonna go with brute
Brute. All
because
right.
that's my goal to be a brute.
Mm-hmm. You got to go for the gains, right?
Yeah.
All right. So we can paste these in here. And while I'm doing this, do you have a name that you were thinking of?
A name? I didn't think of a name. All right. By request of Sebastian, my name is gonna be the whole title of the Borat movie.
Okay. So I don't have 45 slots to put the name in, but I'm
No,
going
I mean
to
literally the whole title of the Borat movie.
the whole
Sure as
title of the Borat movie.
have any of us ever seen that movie?
I've never seen that movie.
I've never seen that movie. And then as a human, you gain uh, 3 craftsmanship and 1 strength. So your craftsmanship goes up to 3, and your strength goes up to 16, and then your charisma and awareness go down by 2 each, which brings them both down to 0. So you have a starting power level of 102, which is slightly less than Dan's massive 109. But we'll see how that plays out with the actual statistic that you've chosen. So I'm going to do some housekeeping things here. We got to get um, some of these inventory slots colored correctly. But hold on. And then pasting that and that. So Dan will be able to hold 7 things at the start, and Ossi will be able to hold 16 things at the start.
Oh, I can hold so many things.
Yeah.
It's the games picking things up.
All right. And then, so that's pretty much the character creation to start out. The last thing that we can talk about is, for in terms of character creation, is where you want to start. So I'm pulling up the map for the stream to see, but there are 2 starting locations as of right now. One of them is a small village named Onajaburg, and there is also a castle of Genovia. So if you have any particular choice in that, I would probably suggest picking the same place as the other as each other, because that would make things more convenient if you were planning an adventure together. But I guess I'm not the dictator of how that goes. So what do you guys want to do?
Genovia Princess Bride.
That's with a GE, and this is with a JONO. So
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
it's John Ovia.
Genovia explains.
I like the backward John one.
Onajaburg. I think that's actually where James is right now. Uh, he's at the small village. But yeah, I don't know. I'll see how long I can go with the Jono puns in naming things, but I would imagine it'll run out pretty quickly.
You did forwards and backwards, so
Yeah, yeah.
see what's next.
But there's so many other like suffixes for towns that I could just keep throwing on there. So we'll see how that goes. But is that what you're choosing, Onajaburg?
Sure.
All right. So I'm gonna switch back over to the Excel sheet, and we're gonna put this in here, and then all right. So that's pretty much the character creation, and then we're just gonna try and get a concept art of what your characters look like, to go off of for the people viewing at home. So I'm gonna switch back over to the paint screen, and we can open up a new picture here. And I guess either one at a time, or if you just guys both want to start talking, we can just start giving me what you think your characters look like, based off of their race and their selection. I usually go for just like a bust of the character, just to keep things relatively simple. I'm not sure how that's gonna work for The Rock, but
Maybe just the top.
just like a semicircle.
That could work.
Yeah. So I was trying to think, like, is this rock gonna have a face? 'Cause you you still have 5 charisma, so like you're okay at talking to people. I guess, or convincing people at least. Um, but I was thinking, like, what do you think? Um,
That works.
what are you picturing when you think of
I'm thinking of a somewhat round rock. Uh,
somewhat round? Got it.
it's gray, so
What was
uh,
that?
it's gray.
It's gray. Okay.
Yeah.
So what's gonna happen with these drawings is I'm probably just gonna draw everything um, just in black and white with like lines and everything, and then I'll go back and clean it up later so that we can get a better picture of it.
Gray
But
is both of those colors. So
what was that?
gray is both of
It
those colors.
is. It is. If it really pleases you that much, I'll make it gray right now. Alright.
It's
So
important, but we could
now
say
there is a gray, somewhat round semicircle-ish shape sitting there. And I guess, is there any more detail you want to add on here, or are we just gonna leave it at that?
I don't know.
To
I guess
engineer.
if I'm keeping it true to life, this would be
Okay.
where
I mean, you can always pick up equipment as things go on. You can carry a lot of stuff. You just might not be able to move it from place to place very easily.
I'll
But
search far and wide and find some googly eyes or something
mhm.
eventually.
All right. So I guess since we're done with Dan, then we can switch over to the whole title of the Bull Rat movie. So what are you picturing for your human brute?
Okay. Well, I'm kind of picturing like it's a human, but it's like kind of pushing the boundaries of what human is because he's
Hmm.
just such a brute. So I don't know. I'm picturing like rectangular features as opposed to more curved features. So like
So
his
like
head would be like a square.
a giant Minecraft character.
Yeah, I can see. He's just like a big block of brute.
Okay. So I'm working on the rectangular shaped head right now. Um, would you go for maybe a triangular neck? I know that's quite
Yes,
uh, that's quite looked for with the ladies.
it is a very desirable feature. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll go with
So we'll
that.
go with the triangular neck, and then just kind of like a weird pentagon shape body, I guess.
Yeah, very very thick and brutish.
This is disturbing.
All right. This is starting to kind of look like a really ripped version of like someone in one of those SpongeBob karate helmets, but I think we can work with this. So, what are you thinking in terms of the facial features of this character?
Um, I think he looks really mad.
Really mad.
Yeah, like eyebrows like that.
Yeah, I'm all on. I'm all over it, man.
You know how mad people are.
There's actually a game that this is reminding me of called Bar Fight or something. I don't know if you guys have seen that, but they all have like really cubic heads, but they all are like ripped and look mad. um,
That's me.
so I'm assuming since this is human, there would be eyes and a nose and a mouth.
Yeah, make sure
So
the mouth looks mad.
the mouth looks really mad. All right, so
We can't see what he's drawing, so this
yeah.
is going to be.
That just makes it all the better because then when you actually see it, you're gonna be like, "Oh man."
Oh no, I'm a rock.
Yeah, I think this is gonna be debatable whether this is a human. Uh, maybe you should just give it some hair just to kind of uh,
Yeah, um, you feel like really spiky hair.
really spiky hair. Is there any hair that's like overlapping with the face, or is it all just like shooting out of the top?
All just shooting out.
All just shooting out. So kind of like a Statue of Liberty kind of crown we're going for.
This character sounds terrifying.
I mean, James ended up making a lizard person, so. All right. And any other defining features you want me to include in this picture?
um, no, I don't think so. It's probably good. I don't know. I can't see it, but
I guess you guys could technically have the stream up, but I think
oh,
in the actual gameplay, it'll probably be more fun just to kind of have to explain everything. But yeah, I can see this. This is looking a little bit more human. Um, we can kind of get some eyes, and then he seems a little cross-eyed, as if he's staring at his nose or something. And then I don't know. What is he? Does he have ears, or we leaving off the ears?
see, what's a good shape for the ears?
I mean, they could just kind of be like rectangular versions of human ears.
Yeah, yeah, I guess so. That would work.
This is the most important feature, so we need to make sure we're selecting a character.
I'll have to send you a snapshot of the picture after the stream, so you'll see how it turned out. But what happens with these is I make this picture, and then it kind of just becomes the title card for the next stream. So then um, we can have that to go off of. But I think that we have a pretty good shape of our characters here. So we have Dan over here, the Rock, and uh, the whole title of the Borat movie, the brute human over here. So I think that's a pretty good picture we got. We're going on about 20 minutes, so this is probably a good transition point to head over to the stock market. But I'm gonna save this off as I usually save it as the names. We'll see if this Dan and the whole title of the Borat movie. And that is saved off. So I'll be cleaning that up um, after the stream, and we should get a pretty nice picture of what your characters look like. But I'm gonna switch things over to the stock markets. I'm gonna save off that, and then I just gotta go grab it. You guys are in the way. All right. And there we go. And I'll just switch it back to the Excel sheet. So, I'm going to add you guys' names in, but I mean, you guys have probably seen how this works a decent bit. So, basically, we have 4 stocks you can choose from. You're going to start with 100,000 Jonos, and then you can just decide to choose however many you want of each stock, and you can choose to leave some in your bank if you wish. But that's basically what we're going on. I'm going to grab my calculator just in case we need to do any uh, detailed calculations. But I can go ahead and read off the actual values for you. So the stock market sitting as of right now has red at a value of 120, yellow at a value of 200, green at a value of 183, and blue at a value of 322. Um, so I can show you the historic graph. Blue has been on a pretty radical climb upwards, whereas yellow and green have kind of matched the inflation of the market, and red has been pretty consistent around 100, but has bounced around a little bit here and there. So, does anything catch your eye or catch your ear? I guess
I'm gonna have to go with that green.
you're gonna go with the green. All right.
I'm
So,
gonna go with the green. I always vote for the green.
mhm.
So
Me at the green.
I'm going with the green.
All right. I mean, if you want to just go all in on green, you can. But I would say that if you both go all in the same amount on green, then you're both gonna just be having the same uh, total assets the entire time. So I don't know if that's what you're going for. Or,
I
I'll switch mine over to red.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that is an interesting investment because red is the lowest at the moment. I actually recently reinvested in red a lot, so I would completely support that life choice. But is that what you're going for? Are you just going all your money as much as you can on each of your respective colors, or are you gonna even it out?
Like let's say 80% red and 20 green.
20 what? 20 not spending, or are you just
Well, I'm gonna go all in, but like 20% of it. Can I switch 20% to green?
Yeah, yeah, you can do that. Okay, so let me see how much you can so you want to spend 80,000 Jonos on red, or at least as much as you can of that. Let's see how many red you can get with 80,000 divided by 120. You can get 666. And that's
Yeah.
6.66666666. If you want to round that up to 667, you could, or you can keep it at 666, have a little extra change to spend on green.
I'm gonna keep it spooky.
You're going to keep it spooky, so
Yep.
you're going to be spending 666 on red, and then that will leave you with, so 666 times 120 is 79,920. So you have uh, you have 20,080 left to spend. Is that you just want to see how much green you can buy with that?
It's all going in green.
All right. So divide that by 183, and you can buy 109 green with that. So I'll put that in, and then that leaves you with, um, I believe that leaves you with 123 in the bank. Oh, sorry, 133 in the bank. So if we change this to 133, then it comes back out to 100,000 Janos, and that is your full investment. Now, you could, like I said, you could technically buy one more red with that total, but if you want to leave it at 666, you can. You're welcome to keep 133 Janos in the bank.
I gotta save it for a rainy day.
Okay, okay.
See where it goes.
When one of the stock drops to one, and then you just get 133 of that. Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Um, all right. So what are you doing, OC?
Yeah, I'm going all in on green.
All in on green. So we're gonna divide 100,000 by 183, and that is 546.448. But we can't get half of a Jono, so we're gonna go 546, and that should leave you with, I believe that is 72, or sorry, 82 Jonos left over, which isn't enough to buy anything else. So you'll just have to keep that in the bank. But all right, so that is the stock we're working with. I'm just gonna put zeros in all of the other spots, and we will see how your investments play out in the future. But I will remind the stream that if you go up in the corner, by their faces over there. There's a little icon you can click on that will send you to the video where you can vote in this week's poll, and you can keep up to date. And you guys are welcome to vote as well, in order to try to rise to the top of this stock market competition. So that's pretty much all I wanted to talk about today. But the next time you guys come on, we'll get into the actual story of the game, and hopefully we'll get some actual action going. But until then, I'm going to be signing off. Is there anything you guys want to say just before we sign off?
GG. Yeah. Thanks for having us.
No problem. All right, we'll see you around.